Studios. We bring you closer to the game. Tune in 24/7. Only on Sports 1440, Edmonton Sports Station.
School's almost out, and road trip season is just around the corner. But if your brakes sound like they're grinding harder than a hockey fourth liner, it might be time to visit Napa Auto Parts. Napa has all the quality parts, tools, and know-how to help keep your vehicle running smoothly and road ready. With over 85 locations in Alberta, visit your local Napa store today or shop online at napacanada.com. That's Napa know-how.
We just dropped a massive payload at NISQ 4. It's time to unload some deals at the Truckload of Savings event. If you've been waiting to upgrade, we've backed up the savings with unbeatable offers on our toughest Ford. Right now, haul away exactly what you need and take advantage of massive price drops across our entire lineup, including the legendary Ford F-150 for the job site or the weekend getaway. Shop the Truckload of Savings at nisq4.ca. NISQ Ford, above expectations.
You haven't set your lineup yet, right? It's Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us here on Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, the home of Alberta's best beef jerky, online at willhawkbeefjerky.com. Only available in the Duke. Go pay him a visit. Tell him we sent you. Grab some for the weekend. Heck, Elks game tomorrow. Maybe you want to bring it along with you. Maybe you're watching from home. Maybe it's a World Cup, Blue Jays, whatever it might be. U.S. Open. There's tons of reasons to have some Will Hawk Beef Jerky. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, Josh Fenwick with you here from the Sports 1440 studios in West Edmonton Day. Nice start to the day. Hope you guys are all enjoying it. Plenty to get to. Of course, as I mentioned, all those things. Plus, yesterday, Canada beating Qatar in dominant fashion, as they should. When a team goes down with 2 red cards, you certainly should handle your business in the fashion that they did. And I'm glad that Canada poured it on. That game was getting a little bit chippy after the incident. I'm glad that Canada just kept going and scored a goal really late in the game. Now you got like Jonathan David right in there for the golden boot. He and Messi. Now, Messi has a game in hand and is a dynamic goal scorer. But for the time being, just to say you were in that category, pretty impressive. Ishmael Kone, obviously terrible injury. I've watched a couple of videos on it. They're talking, tibia, maybe fibia, fractured, not career ending. Yeah, the modern technology. He'll be back at some point, but that certainly was a gruesome injury. I'd say probably the result, everything deserves a red card. The first red card for Qatar, I thought was a little bit soft. I don't know if Buchanan was touched. Thought he was fantastic for the record. You're taking away a scoring opportunity when a player's in all alone. If there was more contact, I would have agreed, but I thought it was a little bit soft. But overall, heck of a game by the Canadians. Doing what they had to do, especially after the Swiss picked up a 4-1 win over Bosnia. You just got to get that goal forward differential. So good on Canada. We'll take your text at 1-833-401-1440. You can also email us, Connor at sports1440.ca, Brandon at sports1440.ca, and Josh at sports1440.ca. Or if you want to get in on the chat, head over to YouTube, Sports 1440 AM. Over 2,500 people can't be wrong. You might as well subscribe today and make sure you hit the like button and get in on the conversation. I'm heading over there right now to say hello. Duke, what's going on? Friday? You ready for the weekend?
Oh, it's Friday, Con Man, and I'm ready.
What are you doing this weekend?
Nothing. No, just
nice.
Tomorrow, the group of comrades that I do a little gambling with throughout the course of the NFL season, a group parlay that we kind of put in. We were lucky to cash a few of them again this winter. So we're kind of call it a wind up, if you want to, where we go and spend some of the winnings. We plan to play golf. That is very much into question with the forecast that's on hand. We may pivot to go bowling or something like that instead, and then a steak dinner on tap for the evening. So that'll be great. Then outside of that, the usual run-of-the-mill stuff with Jays in action, World Cup continuing. I'm hoping to catch as much of the Elks game in real time tomorrow as I can. If what I don't see or if I do miss the majority of it, watch it back via replay tomorrow night, Sunday, whatever it works out. So, yeah, no shortage of things to keep one entertained. Weather looking pretty nice today, but, yeah, not so much for tomorrow.
Yeah, you're getting that 100% chance of rain forecast. The good news, if you're going down to the Elks game, ponchos exist, and the green and gold have experienced it. Picked up their first win in the rain. And hey, maybe you're trying to slow down a team like Montreal. Maybe it's not a bad thing. You run the football with Rankin and Leak, trust on your defense to try to take away the big play, and hey, it'll be fine. If you need to, you go to the overhang, or maybe you go to the concession to warm up a little bit, but nothing wrong with a little rain as the Elks will be in action tomorrow taking on the Montreal Alouettes. Big news of the day today, Darren Radish traded from the Tampa Bay Lightning to Toronto. Also gets a big extension with that. 8 years, $68 million.
You know what Darren Radish's career earnings were up to this point, Connor?
$3 million?
About four. Well, four. Let's call it four for simplicity's sake.
That's good for him, first off. A round of applause for Darren Radish. That was a heck of a year he had this past season. He's obviously the last 3 years been a pretty good player for the Tampa Bay Lightning. This year, exploding, almost matching his career total in points in the NHL with 70 at 22 goals in just 73 games, 70 points, plus 21, obviously stepped up for that team. Now, Duke, this is not me just being a hater on the Maple Leafs, but he's 30 years old. 8 years is going to take him to 38. He's a great story. He's a very good NHL defenseman. I don't want to be like that guy, and I'm not going to publicly put it on social media about how this contract's going to get worse every single year, like the Leafs with Zach Hyman. But I've got some questions in the last couple of years of this one. Good for him, good for the Leafs for bringing in a quality player, but I don't know if I would have been quite as comfortable because, discussing it beforehand, the sign and trade, as you said, is done so you can get that extra year. I might not want that extra year. Darren Radish obviously wants it. His agent wants it. I might have been okay with 7 years rather than the 8. And we've seen it before. We've seen it in Edmonton. To get a deal done, sometimes you just bite the bullet. You give a couple extra years on the end to make sure you get the job done and help your team in the immediate future. But what were your thoughts when you saw this one come down the wire?
Yeah, I'm kind of right there with you where it's no doubt an immediate and very tangible upgrade to Toronto's blue line, which we've discussed on this very show, how much improvement that group and position group needed for Toronto to return to an area of competitiveness, playoff spot in what is quickly becoming maybe the most competitive division in all of hockey. And he gives you that. And hey, when you want to try and build your team through free agency, this is what happens. Almost every free agency deal ends up being overpayment, too many years, etc. It's rare to land the absolute golden goose like Edmonton kind of has with Zach Hyman up to this point, right? Those are the feel-good stories that make teams essentially circle back come July 1 and say, hey, well, look what they did. We can do that too. And then you end up in a bidding war. And so Toronto essentially skips out on the bidding war. I wouldn't have been shocked if he'd actually hit the open market and AAV could have been even higher than this 8.5 number he comes in. I'm not saying by a ton, but at least a little bit. But you get the extra year of security on obviously a fully guaranteed contract, as all NHL ones are. And it makes Toronto better right now and probably quite a bit. So he becomes your number one defenseman immediately. And I don't really think that's much of a question with all due respect to the likes of Morgan Riley and Oliver Ekman-Larsson, inside that room. So it's great there, but guys having career years at 30 years old, yeah, late bloomer. And a lot of it came as a result of expanded opportunity that he was afforded because of an absolutely decimated blue line. Like Oilers fans saw it firsthand when they played back in, November, December. Like half the blue line that Tampa Bay trotted out, never even heard of those guys before. And all the power to Tampa because they managed to salvage the year, had a great season, unfortunately bowed in the first round of the playoffs. But yeah, Radish sees the opportunity. great timing on it because he got better, the 2 years previous, solid seasons, we're talking 35 to 40 point defenseman, and then 70 point year in a contract year. You can't time it out much better than that. He's earned every dollar of this, but I do wonder long term, what are we talking about in 5 years' time about this deal when he's in his mid-30s? He's a big guy, booming shot. Had 28 points, I think it was, out of his 70 on the power play this year, 10 of his 22 goals. So a viable option for Toronto to now man their top unit. They got lots of skilled players. Yeah, I'm like you, Connor. I'm not trying to be a pessimist about it, and it's not just because it's the Leafs or whatever. This is a long deal for a guy that is only just hitting his full stride here at 30 years old.
Yeah. I mean, if he returns, though, Duke, like to a solid defenseman putting up 37 points.
Well, if you call it like, if he's a number one man, he's going to get more opportunity than he ever had when he was the 35, 40 point guy.
Yeah.
So if you're talking a 50 to 60 point defenseman at $8.5 million, that's a fine rate. That's actually probably a bargain with the way the salary cap's trending. We're talking about in 3 or 4 years' time. But it's always the question, where does that slope start to trend in the other direction where now he's on the decline of overall play? And he's a pretty mobile guy, gets around quite well for a guy of his size. But that's always the question as players advance in their mid-30s, foot speed in a league that is constantly and seemingly never-endingly getting faster and faster with each passing season.
Yeah. Now, the name, I never in my life would have thought that he'd put up more points in a single season than his brother, Taylor.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Taylor Radish had a lot more pedigree coming out of draft status and things like that, but here we are.
Good for him. Yeah, happy to see it for him. Good job, well earned. And now we'll see how it pans out. Just go back to the Canadian soccer game yesterday against Qatar. Just kind of going through some of the numbers. And as you would expect, Canada dominated some really nice goals. Maritime Messi gets the shot attempt that does go in off Mohamed Benai own goal. But man, to try a volley from that spot, I love the confidence that was from that team. Nathan Saliba off the free kick, like posting in. The tribute afterward was fantastic, but that hit was almost perfect. Jonathan David with the 3 goals, and then Kyle Larin doing his thing, gets back in there. They were doing the little things really, really good. Shots on net and then following them up just in case there is that rebound. Now, my coaching experience is nothing like the international level, but that's something I always used to hammer. Like, goalies don't have that great of hands. They're going to drop down. If you get there, you get a tap in. You just look at the dominance from this Canadian team, and maybe outside of the duels 1 category, because Qatar had a good chance on those, but 79% percentage, 4 big chances created, 3 missed. The expected goals was 4.6. The analytics in footy are over my head. But they scored 6. That's always good. Qatar was 0.22. Obviously, had a chance on a corner kick early on here, but they were just dominant. You look at the shot chart, the graphic on the field. For Maxime Crepeau, it was a boring game. I think his most entertaining thing happened was when he had the ball up near the opposing 18 and had the crowd chanting to shoot. I think that would have been awesome. But really good performance for the Canadian men. Did you get a chance to watch that one, Duke?
Oh, yeah, I was glued to it. And admittedly, as the game does get out of hand, you kind of become a little less glued to it.
You're on
right?
your phone a little bit more.
Yeah, you're just like, well, this is obviously over. But you want to stay to it. And really tough, poor choice of language, like break for Ishmael Kone. It's pretty gruesome. Surgery obviously required. Even more, obviously, not going to play again in this event for a guy that is a big part of what this team does from on both sides of the ball. So that's brutal. But I had this as a ton of topic with Eddie and Kevin this morning, Connor. I'd love your thoughts on it. Like, without Kone, they are a worse team, like just from a talent level, right? He's one of their bona fide starters. But moving forward for this game against Switzerland, where a draw guarantees you first place in the group, and a win obviously does the same too. And then moving into what we would hope to be a elimination game in the round of 32. Does it really change the expectations or the outlook for this team without him in the lineup all of a sudden? Like, we know they're a deep group. They rely on a lot of contributions from across the board, and the potential of getting Alphonso Davies back and understanding it's a different position and whatnot from Kone. But does this really change anything for Canada from an outlook perspective for the rest of the tournament?
I don't think so. I mean, he's a very good player, and obviously at just the age of 24, a guy who you're expecting probably to play in the next couple World Cups for you. So the first things first, you hope he gets back and he's healthy and it's not too debilitating. But I think you look at the team, and Saliba came in there. That he's just 22 years old. Like that's a good young player there. You have Jonathan Osorio there, a veteran presence. I don't think it changes too much for them. Like the expectation, like you said, a draw against the Swiss would be huge. Even for them yesterday, they counted on a red card as well before they really got that game out of hand. Scored a few goals after the red card there. So no, I don't think so. I think just with the depth that this team has, and that's been one of their strengths here, I think they can fill that in. It's not ideal, but at the same time, you're getting players back. Bombito got into the game. Alphonso Davies, they said, was good to go. I'm glad he didn't play yesterday. I think that getting that early lead was crucial for this team. I kind of thought once Canada went up 2-0, it was over. Like, it didn't matter. I just don't think Qatar was good enough to score 2 goals on this Canadian defense. But
they poured it on.
But yeah, they poured it on 100%. And Qatar had no chance. And, good to hear the player who committed the foul on Kone went and saw him after. I mean, you saw the player, not the player who did it, but it was the player beside him, like immediately hands on the head, like quite the shock, waving out the trainers to get him some help. Be honest with me, Duke. First thought, did you think he was vaping?
Vaping?
That thing that he was inhaling when he was leaving the pitch.
When he's on the cart.
We didn't have volume, so I didn't know what it was. I was like, was he vaping? And then
let me hit as the kids would say, with the Benjamin.
Well, take away some of the pain, which is what it was.
A little CBD oil vape or something.
Like that would make no sense, but that's what it looked like. I did find out if that was in the States, you can't use that.
Is that what that is?
Like a quick acting pain relief.
Like an oral pain medication.
Yeah, non-opioid or something.
Really?
Yeah.
So I had no idea what it was. I did not think it was a vape. But I also had the benefit of watching it with sound. I don't know how much that helped or if they were really even talking about it.
Did they say that? This is not a vape.
I can't recall, to be very frank with you, but that is funny that's one of the first things that crossed your mind. Like you said, he's a young guy. It's very hip with the youths.
Yeah, past the vape.
He's going out and they're like, don't worry, Ishmael, it's okay. We're going to get you to the hospital. He's like, dude, get me my vape right now. I need it.
It's in my locker. Go get it.
Yeah. Sends one of the ball boys back to go fetch it out of his locker. Too good.
Yeah, I guess we'll keep it today when we hear about the surgery and all that sort of thing. A couple texts here just quickly. Eden, father of Arias, is Vegas refusing to let the Oilers speak to Cassidy for the same reason Pittsburgh is interested in Nurse and happens to be on his short list of teams? What would the reason be?
Not sure I'm tracking.
What's the correlation here, Eden?
The two seem completely unrelated.
So I'm going to say it's not the same reason. But I don't know what the reason is here.
Is Vegas refusing to let the Oilers speak with Cassidy
because they want to
for the same reason Pittsburgh is interested in Nurse and happens to be on his short list of teams?
To screw them.
Am I? Screw them how?
I'm trying to say if there's the same reason here. I don't see it.
I'm not following at all.
If the Penguins take that cap hit and give you a player back, like, you're always probably happy. I don't know. Follow up with us.
Yeah, would love to expand more, but I don't think we're seeing from the same pane of glass as you right now.
We had said we're not trying to be pessimistic about the Radish signing. Walter says an optimist would see problems with that signing. Yeah.
And like I said, I like Darren Radish as a player a lot. I'm just not sure I like him for the next 8 years locked in. And man, 8-year deals are, and it's going to, like, this is the last chance because moving forward to the CBA starting after this off season, I think, right, is when now all of a sudden it shrinks both by 1 year, like 6 on the open market, 7 with your remaining with your current team. It's kind of weird because from a player perspective, you almost want it both ways, right? Where he's like, I want the chance to get back on the open market sooner, but also, and contracts are fully guaranteed. You kind of just want the security, the chance to sign it for as long as possible. So it all depends on individual situation and where you're at in your career, I would think too. But yeah, it's an interesting move for the Maple Leafs because to me it signals that they don't have any interest in a retool or a take a year to reposition and see what's happening with Gavin McKenna or whoever they decide to choose at first overall. It's like, no, we want to be back in the playoffs next year. And this is what it cost us, was to skip the line, get this deal done in the immediate, is a long deal with, like I said, what's actually a pretty favorable AAV if he can maintain this caliber of play. And then moving forward, even if he drops off, the going rate of a second pairing defenseman, maybe even eventually a third pairing defenseman. I don't know if we'll ever see third pairing guys making $8.5 million by the time this deal's over, but it's not like an outlandish number even 8 years down the road, I wouldn't think.
Well, here in town, we got Wallman for 7 till he's 37.
At
so
$7 million.
We'll see what happens. Just quickly, Kyle said this, David Clarkson 2.0, hometown kid coming back. It's worked out well from the past. Sarcasm. For those who are too young to remember, David Clarkson had a great season with the Devils, had 30 goals, followed up with 15 and 48. The Leafs went out and got him. He had 15 goals for Toronto in 2 full seasons. Actually, I should say it. They moved on from him after a year and a half.
And you and I kind of made that joke before the show started. Like, this deal just does scream Maple Leafs.
It does.
Right. And for a long time, it was the type of move like the Rangers would make, because when it came to free agency, just as we now see in baseball, they're going like one of a few places, right? The Yankees, maybe the Mets now because they're super spendy, and of course the Dodgers. It's like in the NHL, all right, yeah, automatically Toronto becomes a list because so many of the players are from the area, go play for their hometown team, etc. And then the Rangers are just willing to spend or outspend anybody, kind of regardless of the impact it may have on their own internal finances and salary cap implications. That has changed a little bit for the Rangers, but I just remember like when the cap first became a thing coming out of the lockout, and it was like Gomez, Drury, Wade Redden, and it was like everybody just goes to New York because that's the cool thing to do.
The deal for Clarkson was 7 years, 36, which like today,
how old was he when he signed it?
It was 2013.
I don't think he was 30 yet, was he?
I think he was he 29?
Sure. I'll believe you.
I think he's 29. He also got suspended for 10 games for starting a brawl in the preseason.
Classic.
That'll happen. Can't be doing that. We'll take a break. When we come back, more of your texts. It's Fantasy Frenzy, brought to you by Wilhock Beef Jerky.
Beer League Slow Pitch. It's an Alberta summer tradition.
I got shortstop. I'll take pitcher. Yeah, I'm just here for the dugout snacks.
When you're playing on the field, you need serious fuel. And there's only one MVP. Wilhock Beef Jerky. Load up on Alberta's best beef jerky and hit a home run with the team. It's the perfect snack for your summer sports.
Wilhock Beef Jerky, because you can't have summer fun with salad. Only available in Leduc.
Wondering what you can afford? Let Go Auto do the math with our free car loan calculator. No pressure, no awkward convos, just quick answers on your budget and payments. Bad credit, no credit? We got you. Text CHECK to 780-777-7777. That's CHECK to 780-all-7. Find out what you qualify for and start shopping with confidence. Go Auto. Drive what you love with payments that make sense.
At Hughes, it's all about getting in and out quick and clean. No cash, no problem. With Hughes' new tap and wash system, all you need is your debit or credit card to get your vehicle sparkling clean.
Find us at HughesCarWash.com.
From the first pitch to the final out, catch Toronto Blue Jays baseball games live right here. Don't miss a moment of Blue Jays baseball this season. Sports 1440 is proud to be the home of Blue Jays baseball.
Craving a dining experience that rises above the rest? Head to Summit Restaurant in the Silent Ice Center, just minutes from South Edmonton Common. Savor exceptional house-made pizza, delectable entrees, and expertly crafted cocktails in a stylish, modern atmosphere. Perfect for a casual meal or a special night out. Summit offers a refined experience where every bite and sip reflects our dedication to quality. Elevate your dining experience. Make Summit Restaurant your destination tonight.
Wendy's 99-cent Frosty is back, and Frosty farmers couldn't be happier. Made with Canadian dairy, they grow up cool, creamy, and mighty thick. It's farm to Frosty. Get a small 99-cent Frosty until August 2nd. at participating Wendy's. Texas Extra.
Alberta is growing, but our highways are crumbling. Are you tired of the rough ride? In the last 15 years, our population has grown with hundreds of thousands more cars and trucks on our highways. Today, more than 15% of Alberta's highways are in poor condition. Cutting highway maintenance doesn't save money. It makes repairs more expensive. Don't let the government ignore the problem. Your MLA works for you. Tell them to fix our roads. Visit fixourroads.com for more information.
A message from the Alberta Road Builders and Heavy Construction Association. Cougar Creek Golf Resort is now open and in great condition. Experience our championship-length golf course, surrounded by trees and rolling terrain, and only minutes from Edmonton. Book a tee time today. Go to cougarcreekgolf.com and click on golf.
I'm Rick Showers from No Bull RV, and this is the time of the year most RV stores wish their lot was full. At the new RV stores, product is trickling in, mostly just for taking orders. But having an RV on order doesn't mean much when the weather's great for camping today.
No Bull has hundreds of quality used RVs on the lot now. Right, Rick?
That's right, Bob. Walk into No Bull RV today and you could be in the great outdoors next weekend. No waiting, no hoping it'll be here by summer, just the perfect used trailer, motorhome, fifth wheel, or toy hauler that you need.
And every RV at No Bull is one of a kind.
Every family is one of a kind too, Bob. Think we can't find the perfect one for you? Take a look around. At No Bull, you'll save thousands compared to the cost of a new RV. You can build your summer plan on hope, or you can know for sure. And ask about our Camp Ready service plan when you're here to make this the best summer yet.
And that's No Bull.
NoBullRV.ca.
Get the inside scoop for your team on Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas on Sports 1440.
Presented by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
$11:27. Welcome back. It is Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440, brought to you by Wilhauk Beef Jerky, the home of Alberta's best beef jerky. Online at wilhaukbeefjerky.com. Connor Halley, Brandon Douglas, and Josh Fenwick with you here. Lots going on in the world. We'll dive into the inbox for elksnation.ca. Check out the new website, elksnation.ca. Articles, podcasts, videos, and more breaking down the green and gold, the most in-depth double E football coverage online, elksnation.ca. Of course, the Elks are in action tomorrow, set to take on the pesky Montreal Alouettes. Jason Moss coming back to town for that one. I think we still have some tickets. We'll be giving away tickets today on the Jason Gregor show for sure. Or you just text Elks every week of a home game to 1-833-401-1440 and you have a chance to go. We know that the Woodmansey injury impacted the line a little bit from left to right. Here's how it's going to look tomorrow. Bordner, O'Donnell, Beard, Carter, Murray. From what we've heard, it is a 6-game IL for Woodmansey, but could be a little bit longer than that.
What do you make of the decision to kind of reshuffle the ratio elsewhere and bring in Carter to play guard rather than just moving Beard over and Cordy to play center?
Man, if I knew the ins and outs of the offensive line, Duke, I think it's knowing that the interior of your offensive line is probably a strength of the team and you don't want to have that drop off. Perhaps having depth at other positions, knowing you're able to do so and you don't think it's as big of a loss at those positions. To me, that's kind of how it is. The offensive line is so important, especially if it's going to be nasty out there. If you have a drop-off at the guard, maybe you just don't want to take that route. That's probably the extent that I look into it. Quickly, who's your X factor for tomorrow's game? You can't say Rankin.
For the Elks?
For the Elks.
All right. Give me, because I think the defense is going to be important here. We know how dynamic the Alouettes offense can be, particularly in the pass game. I wonder if that might get held up by the elements, the rain, the wind that is expected to be absolutely a factor at Commonwealth. But I'll go into, the secondary. Give me Tyrell Ford.
He'll catch it this time.
Yeah. Learn from your mistakes.
That was a tough one for him.
That's why he's a CB and not a WR.
Wow, that's it. We talked with that on the Gregor show yesterday. I took Leak because I think special teams. I think we might see a big play from him on the teams.
Special teams and more 2 running back sets.
Yeah, potentially. I think he had 5 carries last week or 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hey, I'm good with loading up Rankin, but Leak in the screen game, maybe. I think he's gonna have a chance to make some plays, especially in those conditions, Duke. On the punt return, you make one man miss. Ooh, then you got all the advantage going downhill. Let's go into the inbox, but very quickly here. We saw Dustin Johnson is at +7 today at the U.S. Open. Is that what you guys said?
Rough outing.
We were asking about his hat off air, but just going to tell you, it's for his team at Live, the 4 Aces. He's the captain.
He's still on that team?
Thomas Dietrich?
Yeah.
Detry? Patrick Reed and Thomas Peters.
Okay.
Apparently that's the 4 Aces. That's the AI overview from Google. It's like the Alabama logo with like weird things on the end. Anyways, thank you.
Josh had the audacity to say it didn't look anything like the Alabama A. And it absolutely has similar elements to the Alabama A.
I thought Josh said it looked like the Alabama A.
No, he said it looks nothing like it.
Oh, it does have similar elements. I mean, it is an A.
And it's like a scripted with like the left leg of it flared out.
Yeah. If I didn't have my glasses on, I'd probably think it's Alabama. Just subtle differences. I just want to say thank you to Michelle quickly. She told us the thing that looked like a vape, it was nitrous oxide, decreases the pain. They didn't say what it was, but as a healthcare professional, that's my guess. I mean, I watched a video. It's like 6 minutes on YouTube, very quick analysis of the injury, and it was something along those lines. But they said it was just for the pain. So, cool technology. He also said this probably isn't in the States because of that. So I kind of got the idea that it might not be allowed there, illegal of some sort.
These 2 A's could not be more similar, except for the fact that the 4 Aces one is like, because it's a double, it's almost like a hidden one. It's an A and there's a 4 in it too. So it's like kind of split apart, and you can't really tell that when you're looking at Johnson's hat from a little bit further back. Like they are the exact same similar, like they're the same font.
Josh, gonna need you to put that up on the stream here so we can have a bit of a look-see, a video review to see if the 4 Aces A of Live Golf looks like the iconic A for the Alabama Crimson Tide. 24-25, Radish had the same points per game at 5-on-5 as Bouchard. Only 7 points came with Kucherov of them. Crazy year for him, though. Nowhere if Hedman isn't out. All of a sudden, he'll be 38, making $8 million from Kenneth. Yeah, and that's it. Like, there's no doubting, like, he's a very good player. But how long will it continue? Heck, I hope he proves us all wrong, and by 37, 38, he's still dominating, but I'm not as confident. Kyle says 8 years shouldn't be given out by any team for anyone over the age of 27 or 28, aside from a select few true superstars.
Well, forget over the age of 27 or 28, like 8-year deals. Those should just be for your superstars.
Well, that changes, isn't it? 7 years max next year?
Yeah.
So they're getting away with it or from it. But at the same time, like if you are a manager and you want to do it, Duke, you're gonna be looking dumb. And I for a bunch of guys, it's probably like, well, I'm probably not going to be here in 8 years, so let's just try to get it ready for the here and now. But don't you think if a team wants to do that, the owner approves, the GM goes for it, the president of hockey ops, if it's a different person, I mean, you make your bed, you live in it, or sleep in it. I don't know. I wouldn't want to do it as a GM, personally. And I guess just taking that away from them saying 7 years max is probably a good thing. Eden Father Various follows up. The agents had engaged in discussions with representatives from reputable organizations prior to receiving authorization or any official approval.
Josh has the 2 logos up on the screen
just quickly
on our video feed.
Just quickly,
anyone curious, but yeah.
So talking about representation for like Darnell Nurse, I would assume he was able to talk about it, look for other opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's like, hey, we got to deal with Pittsburgh and Darnell Nurse doesn't quite know yet. Like, I'm just trying to, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not understanding. Okay, I'm going to go check out the YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can let us know. I like this function, actually. I like how it shrinks you and I. I would say because it was on his hat and it, the color scheme didn't quite make it look as different, it's pretty close. Can you make a poll on YouTube?
In the chat.
Make a poll if that looks like Alabama's
poll
logo.
into chat. Really quickly, Connor. Just wanted to put a couple things I'm just seeing in the X the Everything app right now.
Go.
This via Kevin Weeks, who you and I are kind of in agreement on as trusting for a lot of his stories, is a little bit of a coin flip sometimes. But he's reporting that the Sabres are working on a new extension for Zach Benson.
Makes sense.
Could land in the 7-year by $7 million AAV range, comparable to the deal that Josh Doan got.
I'd be on board for that.
I think it makes sense for Buffalo.
And, like Zach Benson, he was great in Winnipeg with the ice. His career high is 13 goals, but he's 21 years old. Here's more to that with him, right? Like, he's not just points. I think he's a guy
he gets under the opponent's skin, rubs guys the wrong way, and he's not the biggest guy. Far from it. Listed 5'10", 176. But there's something about like a Brad Marchand type that undersized players that get under your skin almost make it even worse in terms of an aggravating factor. And he's not afraid to back it up, but he's not exactly a heavyweight. So there's sometimes a little bit of cause for concern there. So yeah, if this is the route they go, it's obviously one of those forecasted gambles that we've seen teams much more interested in doing, to hope that in 2 or 3 years' time, he's scoring 30 goals a year. And this is an absolute bargain of a deal at $7 million AAV, right?
Yeah.
We've seen it pay off for some teams. We've also seen it not quite flesh out the way maybe teams originally intended with them signing. Like, look at how smart Carolina looks right now with the deals they signed Stankoven and Jackson Blake to. Eric Tulsky looks like a genius. Now, there's a lot of time on those deals left that, listen, it's always easy to praise them after they win the Stanley Cup, but it seems like those two players are trending in the right direction and are pretty much, as of the start of next year, bargain contracts.
The 2023 draft, top few picks are looking pretty good. Benson was a 13th overall pick there, but you look at Bedard, Carlson, Fantilli, Will Smith, and then I guess David Reinbacher for the Canadians. He's only played in 2 games, but good size, had a good year in the AHL this year. Do you know who the Oilers picked in 2023?
2023.
Nobody.
Oh.
Not in the first round. I tricked you. Bo Akey was their second round pick.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was waiting for maybe like another shoe to drop on. I was like, well, it's not Broberg. It was definitely after Holloway. And then I'm trying to think of the other first round picks that team has made. And yeah, there haven't been very many recently.
Just asked you a question you couldn't answer.
Is that something new?
Kind of a D move from me.
Yeah. You asked me a question without an answer.
Fun fact, Buds Nation says the Dodgers make more and are worth more than the GDP of 75 countries. Did you know that, dude?
I did not know that. So that is a fun fact. One more thing that I just am seeing on Twitter here, Connor, and this is going back to our discussion around Team Canada's win over Qatar yesterday. This is via James Duffy.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse March, the team's head coach, said that the top 3 surgeons at Vancouver General Hospital operated on Ishmael Kone's leg last night. No update on the actual result of the surgery or anything, but they were apparently watching the game on TV and came straight to the hospital after they saw the injury occur.
Because he was en route like within half an hour.
Yeah. So that's there's the Canadian spirit for you, where these surgeons, the very best that our country's second largest city has to offer, are watching the game on TV. They see that and they're like, we need to be on call here. And they essentially drive to work on what we can somewhat assume was a day off.
Careful. He's a hero.
Yeah, careful.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Like just being a surgeon watching, like, we got to go, boys.
Yeah, that doesn't look very good.
You text the group chat. It's coming to us. Let's get in there.
Also, Christian Pulisic, out for United States, who are about to take on someone.
Captain America.
Australia.
Yeah, the Socceroos.
Aussies.
So
Socceroos.
in Australia, where my sister lives, it's like 5 a.m., something like that. I wonder if they'll get up to watch that game. So no Captain America.
I learned via a clip I saw of an interview with, funnily enough, Chris Hemsworth, who some may know as Thor in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They call it soccer in Australia because football is Aussie rules football.
Yeah.
Whereas I think most people assume that North America is the only place, and not even North America, just United States and Canada are the only places that call it soccer. So there you go.
I wonder how we got soccer.
I heard the origin story of that once or read it. Can't recall it to you, but I know it exists. It's out there.
Soccer gets its name from England, where it was originally invented as a slang abbreviation of association football. In the late 1800s, British university students took the sock from association and added the suffix "er." Association, and they took sock from it. Association. Sock. Association. Seems like a stretch, but it landed, so I guess that's your answer right there. Just one before we get to break here. Steve from Jim Heller says, I loved Radis last year. Picked him up in my draft. Helped me win. He had a great year. Absolutely. Good on him for getting that nice little payday. Life-changing money. Generational money. When we come back, we'll let you know what's coming up on The Lowdown and the Jason Greger Show. We'll also touch on Fed Up Friday if anybody's got anything they want to get off their chest as well. It's Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
I'm Colin Livingston, president of Cantork. Cantork has always been a forward-thinking company, but now that we've turned 25, I can't help but take a minute to take a look back. Thank you to everyone that's been with us along the way.
With Play Alberta, backing the home team goes beyond the bets. That's because your picks have provincial impact. Play Alberta is the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. By investing in the General Revenue Fund, every play, bet, and buy made on Play Alberta helps make a difference across the province. Visit playalberta.ca/Gregor to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/Gregor. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, use your game sense.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. This deal is only good till 6 o'clock tonight. We need your credit card to hold the color. Hold the color. Summer package. Winter package. And the ever-famous re-PDI fee. I gotta pay you to rebuild the car? Does this sound familiar? At Northgate, we do things differently. We offer 0% financing, a great selection of new, pre-owned vehicles. So if you'd like to do business a different way, stop in and see us today. 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country.
Attention Alberta construction pros. For over 50 years, Japa Equipment Rentals has been your go-to for top-notch equipment and stellar service. Whether you need rentals or expert maintenance, we've got you covered. Stop by our Edmonton or Calgary locations today.
Good to go. With Mortgages to Go, you'll be good to go. MortgagesToGo.ca says yes when the banks say no. That's why Alberta has trusted Mortgages to Go for over 23 years. If you need cash and have equity in your home, you're approved instantly, guaranteed. Call 1-888-888-5998. That's 1-888-888-5998. With Mortgages to Go, you'll say, I'm good to go.
Action Electrical's projects team takes the field, folks, ready to execute the entire play for new commercial builds.
Absolutely. They're masters of design, build, sketching strategy from initial blueprints to core electrical infrastructure. The team never misses on complex projects.
Known for handling big league constructions and major renovations, ensuring flawless execution, hire the Action Electrical team to bring home a win for your project. Visit actionelectrical.net.
Listen up, friends. Operation Pizza is a go at Papa John's. They're introducing new personal pizzas just in time to celebrate the premiere of Toy Story 5. These adventure-sized pies come in new exciting flavors like Sheriff's Roundup, Space Ranger-oni, and Reach for the Pie. Or take your personal pizza to infinity and beyond by creating your own flavor just for you. Order 2 or more with Papa pairings and get yours for only $9.99 each. New personal pizzas are ready for takeoff. See Disney and Pixar's Toy Story 5 in theaters June 19th.
Edmonton's go-to station for all things sports is Sports 1440.
From Low Tide to Kevin Karius and Jason Greger, we deliver the latest on your favorite teams.
Tune in 24 hours a day, 7 days a week
to Sports 1440.
Hey, it's Jamie from Green Drop Lawn Care, exploring Edmonton from the Science Center to Horlock Park. I see your lawns and cringe a little. Weeds are here. And you've got them, Edmonton. Take your lawn back with our guaranteed lawn care programs and unlimited weed control.
Green Drop has been Canada's lawn expert since 1979. And they're in your community, keeping your yard looking beautiful with affordable lawn care packages that include fertilizer, weed control, drought fighter, and more. Visit greendrop.com.
Hey, Gary, is that your dad?
No, this is Evan, the new sales rep I hired.
Oh.
First impressions matter, but when hair loss takes over, it can feel like you're not being seen for the maverick you truly are. Hi, I'm Dr. Vance Elliott. At Advanced Hair and Skin Surgery, we know that hair loss is more than just a cosmetic issue. It's personal. Let's discuss all the cutting-edge options available so you can make a great impression every time.
Book a free consultation today at drvanceelliott.com.
Who should start? Who needs to hit the bench? Find out with Fantasy Frenzy with Halley and Douglas. This is Sports 1440.
Presented by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, home of Alberta's best beef jerky.
$11:45. Welcome back to Fantasy Frenzy here on Sports 1440, brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, the home of Alberta's best beef jerky online. WillHawkBeefJerky.com. Go check them out. Tell them we sent you. Grab a bag or two or three, and thank us on Monday, I suppose. Very quickly, kind of a quick happy birthday to my lovely wife. She's probably not listening, but throwing it out there.
Happy birthday, Ashley.
Yeah, thank you. And also Father's Day this weekend. So in case you forgot, make sure you go out there.
Great gift for Dad.
Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
It actually would be a great gift.
What do we know about dads? They love jerky.
You would roll it to the Douglas Farms, Duke, and give your dad a big bag of beef jerky, and he'll put his arms around you and say, "Son, you're my favorite child."
I doubt it. I doubt actually any of those things would happen, but he would appreciate it and say thank you.
Thanks. This is the best beef jerky I've ever had.
Well, he'd definitely say that. It's impossible to. He's not a liar.
He's not a liar. Now,
I cannot tell a lie.
Question, now that we got that, I just want a reminder, like, hey, guys, if you forgot, your dad, your child's dad, go get him something.
And I'll just say this, as someone who's not a dad, but just as a man, or at least pretending to be a man, you know how it's like it's just a staple to get your mother flowers on Mother's Day? Get your dad flowers. Guys can like flowers. They spruce up the house. They smell good. They're beautiful. Would you appreciate a gift of flowers from Benny and your wife?
I guess, yeah. I mean,
that wasn't very reassuring.
I saw a video on the internet, and it was like, tell a harsh truth. And it's like, a man doesn't get his first flowers till his funeral.
Oof.
I was like, ooh, that's dark.
Pretty brutal.
It might be true. Have you ever received flowers?
Who's giving me anything?
Oh, I got something for you after the show, actually. Remind me. On the text line.
Is it flowers?
No, it's not flowers. Let us know if you're a man and you've ever got flowers before.
Or if you would like to
get
flowers.
Or if you'd like to get flowers. Yeah, they brighten up the house. They do smell good. I might prefer other things, but flowers would not be the worst. Quickly, Duke, just Fed Up Friday. Anything that's ticking you off these days?
Yeah, I'll be fed up on behalf of my beer league hockey team's team captain, Noel May, who, as we kind of discussed at the top of the show, plan on maybe trying to go play some golf this weekend. With the forecast, we've made it the executive decision. We're not going to, so we're going to cancel the tee time. We're still several hours ahead of 24 hours in advance of the tee time, which is most places' general policy. Now, this is a city course that we were going to. Beautiful track down in Victoria. I haven't played there in many years, and even in my hobbled state was looking forward to it, but we're going to try and do something else instead that's more suiting the weather. He was told upon canceling the tee times, it could take up to 2 weeks to get the refund Because if you're not familiar, when you play at one of the city courses, you have to pay in advance. You can book it online. You pay for everything right up front. And that's fine. A lot of courses are like that now. But if you cancel it, you're usually refunded instantly. And so well beyond 24 hours in advance, canceled the tee times, no money back for possibly 2 weeks. That is an insane thing that should have to happen.
So Noel may not get his money for a few weeks.
Good pun. Who are you, Matt and Leduc?
That's all I was thinking of that whole story. I mean, if it's going to come, it's going to come. It's all good, right?
Well, what if you want to spend that money somewhere else? Like, for example, on our bowling that we're going to go do and all the beers and stuff, because this money is the money that was our winnings from this gambling we did. It was set aside exclusively for this weekend's purpose. And now all of a sudden that money is not available.
You got to take another gamble by booking at a city course, I guess. I don't feel that bad for you guys.
What? That's preposterous.
You'll get the money back eventually.
Well, according to Eli, no.
Oh, it's just a credit on your
Eli
account?
says, can confirm, did it last year, took the refund. Refund took a month, and it's just a credit on your account, like your City of Edmonton account.
Okay, well, 2 parts.
I might have to run this up the flagpole to some of the higher ups in the city.
A month is not 2 weeks, so that's unacceptable. And a credit, that's BS. Now I'm on your guys' side.
If that is the case, that is absolutely BS. I might never play at a city course again learning this information.
I don't think I have a city account.
I only have one because I have played at Riverside in the past, so you needed to book the times.
That's fair. A couple texts.
You got anything for Fed Up Friday?
Oh, yeah. You know what? At a intersection, 2 lanes, a guy signaled to get into the right lane. So I let him in. No wave. Oh, that grinds my gears. Just wave. Throw your hand up. It's really simple. Especially in that situation. Like, if you're like, there's a 30-foot gap between you and I, yeah, get in there. You don't have to wave. No big deal.
But when you pull up, like let them in.
I stopped to give him the space to get in.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
Just throw the hand up. Come on. I whipped
just
around
acknowledge
him,
it.
and I looked at him.
Glare?
Yeah.
Bird?
He wasn't looking the other way. No bird, no.
Double bird?
But when he didn't wave, I gave him the thumbs up from behind. And if she probably didn't notice.
No, instead of like the sarcastic thumbs up, just a thumbs down. It's like, it's obviously a negative connotation, but doesn't have the same bad impression of maybe flipping somebody the bird does. So just a thumbs down. It's like more I'm just disappointed in you.
Yeah.
Than I'm mad at you.
It's the little
that
thing.
that would really mess with somebody's mental for the rest of the day. They're just like, why'd that guy give me a thumbs down? Yeah. He's like, you're doing a bad job.
What did I do? Just quickly, Kyle says, never received flowers. Won't be upset if I don't get them until I expire. Sham says, flowers, no chance. Would really start to wonder what's up if I ever receive them. My family would be punking me or something. So people are not into your flowers idea.
Well, I guess I stand alone.
What if you took some to your dad this weekend?
Well, I'm not going home for the weekend because I have plans tomorrow, and then the single day turnaround is sometimes tough to justify on a Sunday. But I'll give him a call, of course, and see what's the haps. If I were to do it, he'd probably just assume they were for my mom.
You send a bouquet, get them dropped off. You could do that.
I don't think they deliver out there. Just a guess.
No,
I can inquire, Connor. I'm happy to do that. We can do it after the show, but I don't see it happen.
If you pay enough, they might. Everyone has a price.
Then that begs the question, is it worth it?
True. You know what is worth it? Sticking around here on Sports 1440. Because coming up next, you got the Lowdown with Low Tide. He'll be joined by Steve Lansky. Of course, Declan Fenwick. They'll be talking a whole lot of Toronto. No, Edmonton Elks. That's what they're going to be talking. Not Blue Jays. Maybe a little Blue Jays, but a lot of Elks. And then on the Gregor Show from 2 to 6. Trying to get Aaron Grimes to hop on the program. Also, Marc-Olivier Brulé will join us. He is the Al's radio analyst.
Eddie Steele's former teammate.
Yeah.
So we had Sean Campbell on this morning. They were on their way to the airport. He was in the car with Sean.
Really?
Because Eddie asked him, he's like, hey, Sean, do you do the broadcast with Marco, or is he just only the French side? Sean's like, he's in the car right now beside me.
Awesome. Well, he'll be joining us. Tater, Button, Speck, Low Tide, Wanye. Should be a great show. And then we'll Jays and Cubs play at noon today.
12:20.
Sorry, guys. No Blue Jays baseball on Sports
from
1440.
The historic Wrigley Field.
Oh, it's great.
That's a place I'd love to go. And especially to go, like, since the Jays don't play there every year, right? That'd be a cool spot to. And it's like, it used to be they'd almost never play there before they balanced the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like you had to really time out your life several years in advance if you wanted to go see your favorite team play at Wrigley.
Northside Adam says, I got something for Fed Up Fridays. If there's time, boys, stop parking in front of the freaking mailbox. Your neighbors can't get in and get their own mail. The elderly can't get in and get their own mail. And the Canada Post can't get to the delivery box. Stop parking in front of your mailboxes, please. From Northside Adam. Will says he and his wife regularly swap flowers. It's great. Brian says, send your dad flowers. A man's first flowers should not be at his funeral. And then JR in Red Deer says, it was probably Strutty cutting you off. Could you imagine Strutty? And then he doesn't even look my way after.
And then, like, if this was on a day where he was doing his hit with Gregor, he comes on. It's like some guy gave me a thumbs down today for some reason when I was driving.
It might rattle him. Like,
oh, he'd be shook. He's like, what does that mean?
I don't think I've ever got the thumbs down. One guy last year going to BC gave me the finger. But it was just like a lane was ending, and it was like 2 kilometers heads up, and he just tried to get in front of me. At the
and you're like,
last
come
minute.
on, man. You can be. So you didn't let him in?
I did not let him in. I held my ground. I was like, no, we're setting the tone here,
Connor,
buddy.
Respect.
And he was getting very angry. I'm like, drive into me then. Like, whatever. I'll take it to the courts. I don't care. That music means we're done for the week. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll be back on Monday to do it all over again. Enjoy. Stay dry. Unless you're going to the football game, get a poncho, and I guess you'll still stay dry. We'll get to a Sports 1440 update with the Duke, brought to you by Doggy Mondays. You can bring your dog golfing on Mondays. Must be leashed and are allowed to be on the patio any day. Book now at cattailcrossing.ca.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
In case you missed it, overnight, the Toronto Maple Leafs executing a sign and trade deal with the Tampa Bay Lightning for defenseman Darren Radish, 5th-round pick in this upcoming draft, going back to Tampa Bay in the deal, and Radish's new contract with the Maple Leafs, 8 years, coming at a cap hit of $8.5 million. News out of Winnipeg as Jonathan Toews officially announcing his retirement today. 2-time Olympic gold medalist, world junior champion, and 3-time Stanley Cup winner, Conn Smythe Trophy to boot for the likely future Hall of Fame centerman. World Cup action today coming up at 1 o'clock. United States will take on Australia from Seattle at 4. Scotland plays Morocco. 6:30 kickoff between Brazil and Haiti from Philadelphia. And in the nightcap from the Bay Area, Turkey taking on Paraguay. In the majors today, the Blue Jays open a set at Wrigley Field against the Cubbies. First pitch coming at about 12:20. Kevin Gausman on the hill for Toronto. Ben Brown countering for Chicago. Elsewhere, the Yankees host the Reds. Rays up against the Nationals. The Orioles open a set in LA against the Dodgers. And the Red Sox take on the Mariners in the nightcap. Edmonton Riverhawks continue their week-long road trip with a stop in Corvallis tonight against the Knights for the first of 3. And U.S. Open action round number 2 from Shinnecock Hills on Long Island. Wyndham Clark, free and clear, top the leaderboard. He's 7 under after 2 rounds. High Canadian is Corey Connors, who currently sits tied in 24th, shooting a +2 today for a +1 on the week. Coming up on Sports 1440, it is the Lowdown with Low Tide. I'm Brendan Douglas at your Sports 1440 update.
This is Sports 1440, a Stingray radio station broadcasting on Treaty 6 territory.
Download the free iHeartRadio app and listen to CKJR wherever you go.
Did you know there are actually 3 seasons we experience in June? Spring, summer, and construction season. And while roads may be narrowed and detours are everywhere, GS construction crews are on site every day doing the work because the city doesn't stop, and neither do we. As we build and upgrade infrastructure, life continues around us. That's why we never lose sight of what matters most, making sure everyone, including our team, returns home safely at the end of the day. For more on what we do, visit gsconstruction.ca.
Welcome to the Bro Zone, the ultimate garage setup for checking out the big game.
70-inch TV? Check. Surround sound? Check. Mini fridge fully stocked? A check.
But a legendary Bro Zone needs legendary snacks.